Ev,
What?
the ticket machines are broken.
Oh, no. So today, Heather and I are in the brand new Thanh Station. I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. Ho Chi Minh City has just introduced a metro, a subway, and underground just opened as of last month. Every single one of the ticket machines is currently broken, so everyone is currently having to queue up over there to get their ticket. But luckily for us, we've got Heather has the tickets, and we're going to be riding a couple stops just to see how this train is. I'm very excited. Let's go.
Sure, all the ticket machines being broken was weird, but little did we know, Vietnam's brand new metro had plenty more surprises waiting for us.
All right, so we got paper tickets. So when they say paper tickets, they are paper. It cost 14,000 dong for 2 tickets. That's 25p each roughly, so not bad. All right, this is so exciting. It feels like a very modern London-y underground type thing, but over here. You can use contactless, but only if you use the domestic Vietnamese card, the NAPAS card, which is MasterCard. So here we go. Thank you. Yes, it is very weird. This is like the terminus. This is like one of the biggest tourist hotspots of the city as well. And this is a new station, but it's pretty empty. And wow, look at all of the different lines they're hoping to build. Kind of crazy. I think we're going to Boston say. Oh, whoa, this is a map of how it is. This is really pretty. We saw this above ground. So I think we came down this entrance. Whoa. Oh, and then, oh, look at that. Subway's down there. Absolutely lovely. I love seeing these about London, so it's cool that we have this here. Stairs look a bit steep, don't they?
Just a little.
And as you can see here, this is the ambitions of the Ho Chi Minh Metro. They are hoping to open up all of these, but right now they just finished their first line, so big on ya, Ho Chi Minh City.
Overall, I was pretty impressed so far. We headed down the stairs to the wide platform where our train north was awaiting us. Something about the layout of this station reminded me of the way that some stations on the Jubilee line in London are laid out, and I liked how clean it felt. Interestingly, they've sort of just plopped the fire extinguishers on the ground there, though. Also, the bright yellow wheelie bin was an interesting design decision. I guess the wheelie bin is practical, but anyway, we got on our train, grabbed a seat, and listened to the announcement in both Vietnamese and then in English.
Đây là chuyến tàu đi bến xe Suối Tiên, ga tiếp theo là nhà hát thành phố. This train is bound for Suối Tiên Terminal. Next station is Opera House.
All right, second station, here we are. It looks like they have a map for every single one of the stations, like that shows you how they built it. And I absolutely love this. That's so sick. Just for clarity, so we just got off at the next stop here. This is the section of the line 1 that is underground, but everything else, I'm fairly certain after Basson, is going to be overground. So hopefully we'll get to see some of that later today. They also have started with a proper etiquette for using the train. People come out the middle, you stand on the side. Nice. Oh, it's running down. That's not very convenient, is it? Why would, what? How is this the exit, right? Exit. I think they've set this up wrong, actually. All right, come on. Having a problem? Thank you. Oh, all right. Nailed it. Try as we might to find, like, escalators. We did find one, but it still ends up being quite a few steps to get out of here. I think there's probably a lift that takes you all the way to the top, but that'll speak Vietnamese, so I probably just missed it all. The lift was right there.
After admiring the Metro's lovely logo, check this thing out. So nice. I then shot my video on Vietnam's most illegal tourist attraction, video linked above, and then we headed back down the Metro station to carry on further up the line when I had another sad realization.
Another station? Another broken set.
Wild that for a brand new line, every ticket machine was broken across 2 separate stations, but as we stood with our paper tickets in hand waiting for the train, the announcements changed to English, where we heard a familiar, comforting message.
Mind the gap.
Heather and I sat in the front carriage where, on this train, you can peek through the window into the conductor's cabin, giving you a full view straight out the front of the train, which is especially nice as the train first exits the underground, finally allowing you to see Ho Chi Minh City around you. This part of the journey in particular I found really beautiful and reminded me of the District line in London, specifically in West London near Chiswick, except obviously with, well, a lot bigger skyscrapers. But not just skyscrapers, also...
So this is the train station, and then this is the view. So it's quite interesting. The switcheroo, like that's just someone's trash pile heap. So now that I've gotten the chance to ride the metro in Ho Chi Minh City and see it firsthand, I have a few thoughts. First off, one of the things I found interesting was just how many people seem to be using parts of the metro to post social media content. I saw multiple instances of people taking photos in the foot tunnels, of people taking photos on the trains and on the platforms, not just like with themselves in terms of selfies, but also having a friend there to help them set up the shot. And I'm not trying to say that influencers are the end all be all of anything, but it does feel a bit more promising to feel like, it makes me feel like people are more interested, more exciting in the fact that this is open. Maybe the fact that this line had been delayed so many times and now it's finally open is a reason for excitement, or maybe it's just that this city is finally ready for public transport and they're excited that it's finally open, and so influencers are there to be like, hey look, I'm on the new metro. That's cool. Now, originally when I had gotten to the airport, when I first landed in Vietnam, my expectation was because we were landing at like 6 a.m., we would have a really quiet, traffic-free journey to our hotel. Boy, was I wrong. Even at 6 a.m., the streets were completely packed with really loud mopeds and motorcycles. So this city, no matter what time of day, seems to be in desperate need of a good public transport option to take a lot of these motorcycles and mopeds off the road by giving them a better, more convenient way of getting around the city. Now, the journey from the airport to the center of the city is not currently available via public transport, at least not via the metro, but that is part of this map, which is Ho Chi Minh City Metro's master plan for their future of the city. It looks very promising. At this point, they do just have one single line from Ben Thanh Market all the way out east. But it does just show that the city has a lot of potential for building out this metro and solving a lot of their congestion problems. I know a lot of people are quick to knock this as, oh, this is useless. How useful is this one line that goes from the center to the east? But, you know, you gotta start somewhere, and one line is better than no lines, and every single successful public transport network in the world has started with just one line. It's just been built out over many, many years, and we're just getting to see that now in Ho Chi Minh City. Now, when it comes to the stations themselves, I felt like they were actually a lot larger than expected. It feels like the planners had future-proofed their system by making it so that, you know, the walking tunnels were really large to prepare for a lot more traffic than they currently have. You know, when they build out these lines, it would be really stupid of them to just build a tiny amount of foot traffic space. Now they have enough space for growing the system. That's great. Also, when it comes to the carriages, I was actually quite surprised that one of the trains that I'd gotten on, every single seat was full, and yet there was still 3 rows of different hand toggles to hold from the ceiling. And that is a lot larger of a space in the middle between the seats than any London carriage outside of maybe the Elizabeth line? Maybe? It just felt like even the carriages were built to prepare for a larger use case, which is quite promising. Also, it is nice that this line has only been open for a month or two, and yet, like I said, I couldn't even find a seat. There were enough people riding it that everyone was in the metro, and that just makes me feel like this is a city that could benefit from and will benefit from more public transport infrastructure. So people are excited about it, people are actually using it, and the systems are quite big and prepared for more foot traffic. One of the more interesting elements, though, is that you can tell that it is not polished at all. I feel like this might be because of the fact that they had delayed it so many times that rather than, you know, polish it, make it perfect for this one line, they just kind of released it to be like, hey, at least it can be used now. What I'm referring to is 2 specific things. One, it is a bit weird that every single ticket machine, the automated ticket machine, every single one across 3 or 4 different stations that I saw were broken. Come on. Those weren't set up yet? Okay. Luckily, I was still able to get my ticket, but obviously that will be ironed out in the future. I just found that an interesting element that hadn't been polished. And speaking, pun intended, about polish, the glass between the platform and the trains was really, really, really dirty looking, almost as if it was the pre-construction glass, where it almost still had stickers and stamps on it from where they had gotten the glass manufactured from. It was very opaque and dirty and felt like almost an abandoned train station. But to be fair, it is still being constructed, so it makes sense. But, you know, it has been open for 2 months, so I would kind of expect the glass to not still look like it came straight out of the factory. But hey, it's brand new. They're just kind of getting to grips with it. It will be really interesting going forward to see how the city manages to build out its metro network, and I can only hope that the conductors in Saigon actually follow the rail signals, unlike the many moped drivers and the traffic signals. If you've ever walked in Saigon, it is, well, it's an experience. The signals are recommendations. If you see a green man to cross the road in Ho Chi Minh City, it's kind of like telling you, this is your best bet. But it's not telling like car traffic or moped traffic anything except, hey, there might be someone walking, just try and avoid them and beep at them if they're in your way. It's funny, I never felt too unsafe, but you are constantly brushed by so much traffic when you're trying to cross, when you're told it's safe, and yet somehow, I still felt safer walking in Ho Chi Minh City than I do in many American cities. Maybe it's from the fact that it's more these mopeds that do seem to expect you to be walking, as opposed to America, where I feel like the trucks and the giant vehicles are more at ends, and I don't trust those drivers. I feel like they're way less likely to be paying attention on the road and more likely to accidentally kill me. Anyway, before I wrap this up, I just want to give a big quick shout out to today's video sponsor.
That behind me is the DLR, or Docklands Light Railway. So, you know I'm back in London, which is information I'm giving you freely, which is more than I can say about what happens to your private data online, especially if you're not using today's video sponsor, Incogni. When you browse the internet, your personal data is constantly harvested, packaged up, and sold to third-party brokers who hope to monetize your private information, or worse, maybe they have an issue because their OPSEC isn't great and there's a data leak. Oh, your name just showed up on a list, along with your email address, your phone number, sometimes your personal address. And that can lead to a lot of different issues. Thankfully, Incogni is a service that works in the background, sending out these legal requests automatically. They find your data, they send them to data brokers saying, hey, this is our client, we'd like you to remove it. Legally, they have to. Legally, you could do this yourself, but it has saved me over, according to the website, 400 hours if I had sent out the number of requests that Incogni has done for me. Choo-choo! You see, I've been using Incogni for quite a while now, and since I've been using them, they've sent over 500 different removal requests. Pretty great. Plus, they've got a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you might as well give it a shot. If you're curious, sign up to incogni.com/Evan Edinger. That's my name. And you can get 60% off your next plan. So thank you very much to Incogni for sponsoring. Let me wrap this up back in Southeast Asia.
Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this little look into the public transport of this area. My trip to this part of the world is about to come to a close. And in fact, my flight back to London is in 2 days, and I'm both not looking forward to it and looking forward to it. This trip has let me experience some of the most delicious, incredible food I've ever had in my entire life. And I will be having some second channel vlogs on my travel channel to just show bits of the life out here that I've been to in Hoi An, in Ho Chi Minh City, and also in Cambodia. So check those out if you're interested. Otherwise, hopefully you liked this enough to hit the subscribe button. If you didn't, well, maybe I'll see you on the algorithm sometimes. I'll see you later. Goodbye.